from the motherland of Africa to America. Assassinated characters. History now hysteria. When you speak the truth, they stare at you. In a society groomed to be more political than pivotal. When I speak the truth in real time, I mean that, literal. Whether conservative or liberal, how do you perceive black? Are we talking black and blue colors when lives are under attack? That dollar bill we trust in, that power we lust in, our self-righteous piety in the eyes of God is disgusting. Repent, repent I say. God says serve the least of these, the orphans, widows, those enchained. And it's like you went and did for me, the homeless and the aliens. Prayers up for the foreigners. The love of sin and the hearts of men have sent many to the coroner. What would happen to family structures if women weren't on corners, chasing a high to escape the pain inside that has them war-torn beyond what you could perceive from your cornea? What would happen if black men strive to serve Christ while rapping or being athletic or in a tech space rather than settling for the entrapments of trapping? When a Christian speaks on love, my generation perceives as corny, huh? And when I say Christ saves, you view me as intolerant. Newsflash, newsflash. God never spoke on tolerance. We tolerated slavery, then tolerated abolishment. We tolerated a freeway to demolish all that God would construct in the Bronzeville of old, as some of my elders once told. Jewish and black businesses galore. Now from the ashes we rise, more beautiful than before. From the wombs of a queen, a king is birthed. The breath of life is in this dirt. I'm far from perfect, Lord knows. With death and flesh I daily flirt. But choose the one who chose me to convey that Christ is Lord and that he's truly holy. Never pass it boldly. And don't forget the artists. We aren't an afterthought in this war zone. We're agents of a revolution, drafting symbols and insignias. Remember us from January to December until we're dust. Pray that God makes a way, as opposition often starts with our skin, with us. DNA, trauma underneath my crown. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, peep the game. I'm not just rambling, as surely as I am here standing, as sure as I'm a miracle. Art is my gift from the Lord and it's spiritual. Bronzeville, 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 I pray for faith. Bronzeville, 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 I pray for grace. Bronzeville, 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 be awake, confess, repent, believe indeed, and I will pray you be awake, woke.
Let's give it up for Chris McIntyre Perception. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now we are here to launch Bronzeville Week 2018. I know we have more energy than that. Let's try it again. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right. I am Alderwoman Milele Coggs. I have both the pleasure and the honor of representing the 6th Aldermanic District. The artistry that you just saw is just a little taste of what people will have the opportunity to experience for 8 days throughout the Bronzeville district in the city of Milwaukee. This is the 6th annual Bronzeville Week that we've ever put on, and it is an official City of Milwaukee event. It is an opportunity for any and everybody to come and partake in some of the art, culture, and commerce that exists in this city and that exists in Milwaukee's African American art, cultural, and entertainment district that we now call Bronzeville. Throughout the week, there is a schedule of events that people can get a copy of online at milwaukee.gov/Bronzeville. We are starting off with some great events, a run walk, a live on King Drive, and of course on Sunday, August 5th from 10 to 6 p.m. we will have the Bronzeville Cultural and Arts Festival, where we shut down North Avenue from King Drive to 7th Street and have over 100 vendors, 3 stages, great entertainment and family fun, food and vendors. And we end the week with a art walk where we highlight up and down King Drive in over a dozen spaces some of Milwaukee's best known local artists. And in between, we pay some homage to the history of Bronzeville. On Monday, we have the historical conversation where we partner with America's Black Holocaust Museum and talk about Bronzeville. And on Tuesday, on this street right behind us, which some know as 4th Street, will soon be known as Val Phillips Avenue, we have the street dedication. And that is at 11 a.m. August 7th on Tuesday. For all of the events, we invite the community to come out and to please eat and shop in Bronzeville the week of August 4th through the 11th. The week allows for an opportunity to look at the history of what Bronzeville once meant to commerce in the African American community and entertainment as well, but also what it has the potential to mean for the future. As we build up a wonderful downtown, we are right adjacent to it, and the culture and the people who are here should be celebrated, and this is just one small way of 8 days of us celebrating this. I'd like to thank all of the sponsors that you see listed, so many, maybe I'll name them all at the end, who helped to make all of this possible, and all of the volunteers and people who put in work for several months to help build the 8 days worth of schedule that you do see in front of you. I also want to thank, of course, Rocky Marcoux from the Department of City Development, who has helped with all of the stuff that you see happening out of the ground. Right behind us is over $17 million worth of recent development by Moore's Development and Josh Jeffers with the Griot, America's Black Holocaust Museum, and Garfield School. But it's just one example of the great stuff that's happening right here in Bronzeville. I also like to give a shout out to Rhonda Manuel, the project manager for the Bronzeville district as well. And at this time, I'd like to bring forward none of this would be possible without the support of the city as a whole, but of course, the executive over at the city, who's always been supportive of the week and of Bronzeville. So I would like to bring to the microphone Mayor Tom Barrett.
Well, good morning. And thank you, Alderwoman Coggs, for your leadership here. There is no question that this is happening because of Alderwoman Milele Coggs. I want everyone to understand that. She is the mother of Bronzeville. I also want to dovetail a little bit of what she said about the downtown, about Bronzeville. There's a story to be told here right now in Bronzeville. You can see it. You can see it right here. You can see it across the street at Pete's fruit market. You can see it right to my right. What's happening is we're showing you the money. Because for years, people talked about making something happen. But until there was actual investment, until there was private-public partnerships, this was not going to happen. And we have, as a city, with the leadership on the council of Alderwoman Coggs, with the leadership of the Department of City Development of Rocky Marcoux and his staff, and with the support of all city departments, we have begun this systematic, positive improvement for Bronzeville. Now, why is that important? It's important for many, many reasons, but we as a city have to be a healthy city. And right now, if you look at the downtown area, I call that the heart of the city. The heart of the city right now is beating extremely strongly. It's healthy, it's healthy. And what I've always said is you have to have a strong heart. And we're now at the point where the heart of the city is strong. And it gives us the opportunity to do even more in the neighborhoods. For example, we've got the HOP, the streetcar, down in the downtown area. I want it to come right up here to Bronzeville. I want that to be part of the city as well, part of the infrastructure of the city as well. We're going to have to find a way to finance it, but that's the most natural leg for us to take, is the leg due north, past the arena, up Martin Luther King Drive to right here. I also want to make a statement about Val Phillips, because I think it is so fitting that we are renaming this street after her. She was a giant. She was a giant in this community, and she deserves this street to be named after. There are many streets in this city, and we go down those streets, and I'm sure every one of them will say, I don't know how this street got its name. I don't know how Galena got its name. I don't know how Clark Street got its name, but we will all know how Val Phillips Street got its name, and that's something that we can all be very, very proud of as well. So as we look at the cultural evolution as well, we always have known that the cultural attractions, the cultural assets have been strong here in the city of Milwaukee, in the African American community. We've always known that. But what we're doing now is bringing it together and showcasing it. So not only the people in this neighborhood and other neighborhoods of the city of Milwaukee, but in the entire metropolitan area will start to come here to enjoy Bronzeville in a way that we can all be proud of. And I think what that does is that injects even more positive energy. I'm all about positive energy. How do we create more positive energy in this neighborhood? And the approach that the Alderwoman has taken, the approach that everyone standing behind me has taken is let's really work on the positive things to do. If we do that, we're going to have a better neighborhood, we're going to have a better city, and we're all going to have, I think, a better future. Thank you for being here today.
One of the partners and sponsors throughout Bronzeville Week for the last 6 years has been the MLK bid, and at this time I would want to bring up the bid director, Deshae Agee.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's an honor to be here representing the historic King Drive Business Improvement District. 6 years ago, when the Alderwoman said that she wanted to create a festival around Bronzeville, and we talked, and she said, let's extend it and make our week 8 days. We did not know this day would come where we would have not only this much momentum, this much support, this much development, this many new businesses that are in the area, and the collaboration with the artists as strong as we have it today and for this 6th year of Bronzeville. As we look at historic King Drive and we look at the King Drive throughout the nation, we know that it's over 900. We're making headway with making ours the best in the nation. And to have Vale R. Phillips Avenue adjacent to Dr. Martin Luther King Drive is going to help make us the best King Drive in the nation. We have so many supporters. The way we wanted to try to make sure that the Bronzeville that we know today, the 21st century Bronzeville, is real, extended beyond real estate and economic development. It really extended to the artists, the community, the partnerships, the media, certainly the city of Milwaukee. But I want to honestly say that Alderwoman Coggs has been the steam behind making this what you all are seeing today. I want to thank her for this day. She shared that it's 8 days of activities throughout the week. Historic King Drive Business Improvement District and the businesses that's in the district are happy to be a part of it. I certainly encourage you to visit some of the events. No worries, I can speak loud. To visit some of these events and be a part of the week. It's more than just about what you're seeing on TV. It's more than about making sure that the artists are having these opportunities and working closely with artists like Della Wells and Matope Johnson to come up with creative ways to engage the artist community. But it's also about making sure that the businesses in the area flourish. It's also about making sure that the businesses that are in the area have an opportunity to reach new customers, new clients, and also to highlight them in such a way that people will want to come back and support them beyond this week. So as the Alderwoman shared, there's a lot of activities. One of them that I would invite you to, in addition to the Harambe Walk Run, and I think Tonda may speak about that, is a new event that was spearheaded by one of our businesses, Linda Jackson Conyers of Milwaukee Times, and we're calling it Live on King Drive. Every year the Alderwoman says, what can we do to make this more exciting this year? Live on King Drive is bringing the businesses outside of the buildings and into Pete's Fruit Market, which we certainly want to support. And we're bringing the businesses in such a way that people will be able to visit them after the walk run, see their products, see their services, and again, know what Bronzeville is about, know what King Drive is about, and again, please support the businesses after Bronzeville Week. We certainly want you here now, we certainly want you here later, but this is the only way that we can make our King Drive the best in the nation, by having successful entrepreneurs, successful businesses, and a community collaboration in such a way that one we have not seen. The mayor shared the HOP vision for coming to King Drive. There are events where you can come and learn more about what is happening with the HOP, give your feedback and input on where you would like to see new development happen, and I would encourage you to be a part of those conversations. Again, my name is Deshae Agee. I'm the Executive Director of the Historic King Drive Business Improvement District, and I welcome you all to Bronzeville. Thank you.
So you've seen a little bit of the artistry. You've heard the official political stuff. You've heard a little bit about the business side. Throughout the week, though, we recognize that aside from art and commerce and culture, that we also must be a healthy community, a healthy area. So throughout the week, there will be free checkups at Milwaukee Health Services, the MLK Heritage Clinic, and we are kicking off the week on Saturday, August 4th. For the third year in a row, we've partnered with the Harambe 5K Walk and Run. So at this time, I'd like to bring forward the person whose brainchild the Harambe Walk Run was, Ms. Tonda Thompson.
Thank you. I would like for our sponsor to join me here. Thank you. My name is Tonda Thompson, and I'll let my wonderful sponsor introduce herself here.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Monique Graham, and I'm here on behalf of Freighter Health and the Medical College of Wisconsin. And we are so pleased to be a sponsor from the inaugural year and every year after. So thank you, Tonda, for letting me come up.
No problem, no problem. And that's a wonderful thing, right? This is the third year that Harambe is happening on August 4th. Make sure you get down at 7:30 a.m. is when registration starts. 9 a.m. is when the race will begin. So there is a reason for this happening, and I'm honored to be present here. I thank Alderwoman Coggs for her great work and her leadership in making this happen. I want to thank Val Phillips for paving the way for Alderwoman Coggs to make this happen. And everybody standing here, because I wouldn't be here either if it wasn't for them. But thank you, United Way, for making this possible, for giving me the platform to live on my son's honor. If you see the Harambe logo, the Harambe foot is actually my son's foot, his real foot. He passed away 5 years ago, and this walk is in honor of him and babies like him. I also want to thank Mayor Barrett for being such a champion for Harambe, also Wanda Montgomery of Children's Hospital as well. I want to encourage you guys to support this walk run because it brings awareness to an issue that I am concerned about in our city, as well as all of you should be concerned about in our city. We should be concerned about our babies' health, because if our babies aren't healthy, our city isn't healthy. You hear me? So we want to make sure that we come out strong. We have a large registration list so far. I want to make it larger. If you guys could come out on MLK and North Avenue, the walk will begin again at 9 a.m. So be there a little bit early to register if you haven't registered yet. You can go to www.unitedwaygmwc.org/Harambe to register. You still have some time to register. I would advise to register today, okay? With that being said, Nelson Mandela once said, it all seems impossible until it's done, right? Moving the needle on infant mortality in the city is really, really hard. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication, but if we work hard to it, we will get it done. You hear me? All right, so we got to move forward. I want to bring the energy that Alderwoman Coggs has, so I hope to get you guys registered for Harambe, and I hope to see you guys out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Tonda. The mayor and I both spoke about the connection between the revitalization of downtown and the revitalization of Bronzeville. One of our sponsors over the years has been the Milwaukee Bucks, because I think they too recognize the necessity of the neighborhoods and areas around their investment to flourish and grow as well. So at this time, I would bring for Alex Lazary, the Senior VP of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Thank you. And I just want to also just say thank you to Alderwoman Coggs for putting on this event. You know, the Bronzeville Week is, one of my favorite weeks, and I think it's one of the best weeks in the city, because what it allows for, I think, the entire city to see is the rich cultural and art festival that Bronzeville has. And if you kind of on your way into Bronzeville and down MLK, there's a big sign that says Bronzeville is Bucks country. And for us, we truly believe that. It's why we brought our offices down to MLK Drive, because we see all that is going on in this neighborhood and in this community. And a lot of that is due to the leadership of Alderwoman Coggs and all the people in this community as well. So we couldn't be more excited to have been a a partner of Bronzeville Week, and I like to think, that while I think some people might think that, the surrounding neighborhoods are complements to downtown, I think we've always looked at the Arena District and where our offices are as a complement to Bronzeville and all that it's been able to do for the city of Milwaukee. So we couldn't be happier to be a part of this. Couldn't be happier that Milele and Alderwoman Coggs allow us to be a part of this, and also for the mayor's leadership as well. All that he's been able to put forward and he's been able to do to make sure that this festival is a success is something that I think the city really benefits from, and I know that everyone in the community does as well. So thank you, and we're really looking forward to this. Most importantly, I'm excited that the 5K is a walk/run, because that means that I might actually be able to finish one. So thank you.
I'm going to bring up, I think, what is our last speaker, who was also our first speaker. Mr. Chris McIntyre, Perceptions. I do want to say a few things. I believe he and his wife will be leaving soon. So I want to take this very public moment. When the idea of Bronzeville Week first started, we didn't know how we were going to do it. But a group of artists who have been highlighted in the 30 Wisconsin at the Art Museum happened to have reached out in the same time period that we were playing at Bronzeville Week. Miss Della Wells, Sanji Hunt, Chris McIntyre, Perceptions, and others reached out with their desire to do something in the area. And when I shared with all of them the concept of Bronzeville Week, they have, through the years, consistently been committed to helping bring other artists to the table and help making it flourish. So I want to publicly thank Chris, Della, and all the artists who have invested in Bronzeville and who have helped it to grow to this point. Chris specifically has served the last several years on the Bronzeville Advisory Committee, helping to give community input and artistic input on many of the developments you see now happening in Bronzeville. So surely his input and his thoughtfulness and his decision making will surely be missed. But this year, he's still helping us with Bronzeville Week. So I'm gonna have him come up and say a few words. Chris.
Born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's amazing to come from 49th and Locust, where I grew up hearing gunshots almost every single night. Split between two homes, my dad being a drug dealer, my mom being a Christian evangelist. I literally saw both worlds up close, shaking hands with politicians, self-made millionaires on one side, and on the other side, seeing prostitutes and boosters and all of that. So growing up in Milwaukee, I felt powerless. And after giving my life to the Lord, he started working with me, showing me different things, and art not only became a gift, but a means of power for me. So I stopped looking at Milwaukee as a city of illusions, trying to be something, versus a city of platform, which I now believe it is. It is a platform city, it's a prototype city, and Bronzeville is the archetype that I believe is going to be replicated all around the city of Milwaukee, because it's needed, especially for my generation, the millennials, which everyone is trying to target and box in and understand and use marketing dollars for Twitter and Facebook. We're a very interesting generation, but contrary to popular belief, we do need help. So that's why being able to serve Bronzeville for as long as I have, many people have served longer, and I've had a chance to speak with the Alderwoman Coggs, the Vel Phillips before she passed on. And the wisdom that they give is priceless. We need more of that. And I believe if you are a youth, you are a creative person, and you are trying to find your place to belong, come to Bronzeville, and I promise you there will be a space for you. So come on, and God bless you. Thank you so much.
I again want to thank all of the people who have committed themselves to the planning committee for the last several months to help make what you will see over the next 8 days a reality. I also want to thank the residents in the Harambe, Halyard, Brewers Hill area who have contributed in a variety of different ways too. And we're joined today by some of the neighbors and some of the residents too. The beauty of Bronzeville is not just the businesses, but it's the neighborhoods, the agencies and organizations, and all of the support that comes around it, and the churches as well. We're surrounded today too by some of those people as well. So I just want to say thank you. It's too many to name, but I want to say thank you. But I do want to take a kick at naming off the sponsors. If I forget anybody, my apologies. Thank you to the City of Milwaukee. Thank you to Visit Milwaukee. Thank you to Bader Philanthropies Incorporated. Thank you to United Way. Thank you to the MLK Bid. Thank you to Freighter, the Milwaukee Bucks, Alex Lazary, Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, West Care, Wisconsin, Bubbler Bites, Pete's Fruit Market, Clear Channel Outdoors, Royal Capital LLC, Moore's Development, JCP Construction, Jobs Corps, Milwaukee Health Services, CH Coakley, the Milwaukee Health Department, the Milwaukee Office of Violence Prevention, and P3 Development. If I forgot anybody, please blame it on my head and not on my heart. But what that long list shows you is that we would never have been able to pull off what you're about to see over this next 8 days if it wasn't for the collaborative efforts and support and work of so many people. So although I get a lot of credit for having the idea would never come to fruition if it wasn't for the many people, the army of people who helped to make it happen. And I welcome everybody down for Bronzeville Week, August 4th through the 11th. Thank you. I want to say a special thank you. I'll say it publicly. I want to say a special thank you to Arlisa McHenry, the outreach person from the City of Milwaukee, who helped to coordinate everything throughout the 8 days. Thank you so much.